Peace, family. A few days ago, I was watching this congressman. He was complaining about the cost of rent. He was also saying that every month, thousands of people are being put out. And he wanted Joe Biden to write some type of executive order in order to address this issue. Well, the problem with that is this. The Constitution does not allow you to tell private businesses and industries what they can and cannot do. And even if Joe Biden could write an executive order to address this problem, it would just be a temporary fix, because as soon as he's out of office, they'll vote in a Republican president, and he'll undo all the protections that Joe Biden had provided. You know, in the comments, I was saying that black people, we can solve this issue, but nobody ever seems to ask how. Well, finally, somebody did ask how. And here's my answer. Black people, we need to come together. And not come together just to get closer. We need to unite around building our own private businesses, industries, and institutions to safeguard and promote our own way of life. We do that. We can use the same laws that white people use to protect white businesses and white interests. These laws will be available to protect black people, businesses, and black people interests. You see, the forefathers never envisioned blacks owning their own independent businesses and industries. That's their problem, not ours. Now, what does this have to do with the housing situation? This. Right now, let's say a builder comes into a community. He'll build a home and sell it for, like, say, $250,000. We all know it did not cost him $250,000 to build that home. It was built probably around $80,000 to $100,000. He'll sell that property over twice what it cost to build. The profits he will put into his pockets, and the proceeds he would use to buy more land, to build more homes, and repeat this process unopposed. If we come together around what I said, we could become our own builders and build our own homes and sell them at a much smaller profit margin than what the establishment will. This will create a systemic solution to the systemic problem that we're facing today, and use the same laws to protect white people's interests will be there to protect blacks. So now, before you start saying that, oh, Jonathan, you can't do that. Yes, you can do it. And I'm going to give you a pretty good example of an organization that is doing it. Have you ever heard of St. Jude Hospital? St. Jude Hospital is a private hospital whose main focus is to cure children of cancer. And through a $19 a month contribution, St. Jude provides transportation for the family to and from the facility. They provide free services, free food, research, rehab, everything. St. Jude's motto is, we don't want no family to concern themselves with no bill or anything. All we want them to think about is getting their child cured of cancer. And they have hundreds of thousands of people that donate to St. Jude. And right now, I believe they have like 6 St. Jude hospitals. There are 50 million blacks in this country. If we can get a similar financial commitment from just 1 million black people, that would be $20 million a month, $240 million a year. And just like St. Jude uses their money to provide transportation, food, housing, their own research department, they employ their own doctors and nurses, their own rehabilitation center, we could take that $240 million and create our own hospitals, create our own pharmaceuticals, manufacture our own goods and services, build our own homes and apartments, our own food chain. Everything that black people don't have today, We can have if we come together. And the thing is this: there isn't a hospital, a clinic anywhere that complains about what St. Jude is doing. Nobody, the Cleveland Clinic, Henry Ford Hospital, St. John Hospital, John Hopkins Hospital, none of them is saying, stop St. Jude from giving away services that we're charging people an arm and a leg for. Nobody does it. And just like nobody is crying out for black people to do for you what I'm trying to implore you to do. Because this is what I'm on social media for, to try to start an organization to do just that, to coordinate our efforts so that we ultimately have 100% control and ownership over our existence, where we're governing our own selves, we're financing our own ambition, we're educating our own children, we're providing for our own health, manufacturing our own goods and services. Everything that we're spending in this establishment right now, we can create and duplicate for ourselves, creating jobs, create our own economic floor, self-determination over our own existence. There isn't a nation of people on the planet that's losing one wink of sleep watching our people go from nation to nation, begging for food, opportunities, jobs, promotions. These people are sleeping like babies. We can end that. We can end the housing conflict and everything today, because we have not organized around our own interests and put our belief in brick and steel as opposed to hope and faith, and building businesses, industries, and institutions to safeguard our own way of life. This is why when there's an economic forecast that's forecasting trouble for our people, this is why we'll hit the worst. When there's a stock market crash, this is why black people are hit the worst. When unemployment crashes, this is why black people are hit the worst. We have no internal means to sustain our own existence. If we did that from just 1 million people contributing money to our organizational efforts, it makes no sense for black people to hang all their hopes up under white businesses that's serving the interests of white people. And then when the stock market or industrial system collapse, we slash straight out the arms of whitey, straight into poverty. How come we can't take that slide and come right on down and slide right into our own pocket, where we are having our own jobs, our own business, our own institutions, hiring our own people, establishing our own economic floor? There should be no free fall from whitey into poverty. We need to have, there's several layers in between that. And we can do that if we do the same thing that St. Jude is doing. If St. Jude can do this to fight cancer, black family, we can do the same thing to fight systemic racism. Now, I'm going to end this video here. And if you like this message, if you like this content, and if you like this pressure that I put on our oppressor, put a little pressure on that follow, subscribe, and share button, and catch me in my next video. Ashe.